Hey everybody, it's Kay
And Dad.
from Kay's Kreations.
And we are back with another episode, episode 2 of
InsaneCraft.
And starting off on a server and around everybody, you got your first little starter home. Don't laugh at ours.
Yeah.
It's all the materials we had to work with.
Yeah.
But we got our little starter thing going there. And today's episode, we are taking a start on the framework of what will be our main base.
Yeah.
And we are using
Bone block
to make our pillars here in the front. This is, again, like I said, this is just the outline of the framework that will eventually be our base. If you guys want to hazard a guess in the comments below what you think the base is, it's going to be somewhat ancient theme that kind of matches our neighbor across the water. But this is a little more medieval style than what we're going for, but ours is ancient just the same. Leave a guess in the comments below what you think we're going to model ours after.
The reason why we're using bone block is to make it look old.
Old, and it's white.
Mm-hmm.
So bone block is the perfect material, especially in Chroma Hills. We're using Chroma Hills on the Realm, which is a pretty cool texture pack. And the bone block actually looks really, really nice in this anyway. So.
And causes a lot of lag because it's too overly detailed.
It can. But we'll take a little swim across the river here, and there we go. It's shaping up to look like a nice, decent entrance to our main base. And we're going to go ahead and focus a little bit on the landscaping here too. So every new build, you got to do some of this, huh, Kay?
Yeah.
A little bit of knocking dirt around and trees out of your way to make some space the way you want it. We are going to use some shears here and grab some bushes. We're going to put those to use here shortly. A little landscaping trick that we learned from
Green or Scar?
I think it was either Good Times with Scar or Green, one of the two that we learned that from.
I don't know.
Kay's also got us started with a little farm for wheat and some cows. So we got a good handle there on food. And this is a little trick we were talking about. We need some lighting. There's a lot of drowned in this realm right on this river for some reason. They keep cropping up right on top of us here from the river. So we're going to light things up a little bit with this little trick of pounding down one block down and throwing a torch. You can use a sea lantern or some glowstone, but then popping a bush right over the top. It makes for some nice subtle lighting.
Tip. If you use sea lanterns, it looks very good looking.
Yeah.
Instead of torch.
It definitely does. But at this time here in the beginning, we don't have sea lanterns in here yet. But yeah, we'll go ahead and we're going to pop these in here. And we'll put a few around the frame of the pillars. And we'll maybe take a step back here in a few minutes and give you a look and see how it kind of brightens things up, but without being overbearing. Just kind of gives a nice little glow. Helps keep the mobs down a little bit as far as spawning right up on top of us.
Because we get a lot of uninvited visitors.
Especially creepers. Man, this world has got more creepers than any realm I've ever played.
Yeah.
So.
Or world.
Here we go. Let's take a little dive across the river again. There we go.
It looks like you teleported.
Nice subtle little lighting there. So. And here we are on the very next day. Once we had that found framework laid in there and a little bit of landscaping, we're going to work on a little bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Go across the way to our neighbors. This also is on the same direction, not only to our neighbors but to the spawn area.
Yeah.
So we're gonna frame out a little bridge here. Looks a little blocky at this point. But we'll go ahead and speed up the video here a little bit and just show you the progress that we made. And we're going to come back, obviously, and make some changes to it and flatten it down a little bit. Maybe add in some half-slab steps instead of full blocks. It looks a little bit like a big triangle going across the water right now instead of a bridge. But again, hey, comments below if things you would like to see or ways you think the bridge could be done a little different.
That must have been a lot of work.
This wasn't too bad. It's trying to pick the color palette that matched where we're going to go with our build and then tie it in across the river to our neighbor's build, which is mostly looks like a stone brick and andesite that he's using. And our main walkway there obviously is a little polished diorite.
AKA polished bird poop. As Iska likes to call it.
Yeah, that's for sure. And then in our last episode, if you guys remember, we did a time-lapse on the Big Dig. This is part 2 of what the Big Dig was all about. I met up with Icy Hermes from that episode who did the Big Dig, and we needed to get 22 shulkers full of sand for the second phase of that Big Dig project. So we'll put a little music on here for you and a little time lapse of Hermes and I digging out the desert and basically fighting mobs more than anything. So creeper,
And you're dead.
I got away from him. So yeah, 22 shulker boxes of sand, and
It's not a good idea to hug a bommy.
no, I tried not to hug that bomb. And there I am with my crummy sword. Oh. I better stick to the bow. The bow is a little better weapon than my junky sword at this point.
At least, well, not much slag.
I tell you what though, guys, you ever want to get good with a bow, take a trip out in the desert at nighttime. There's plenty to shoot at, plenty of room to stay far away from it.
And plenty of XP.
And plenty of phantoms.
AKA our cousins, because we're the Phantom Fox Bros. Ninja Phantom Fox Bros. Because we're technically ninjas, because we're pretty good at PvP.
I got a lot of practice on this night. This is a good little tip actually, guys, for fighting phantoms. They always do a slow dive towards you, straight at you. They come right at your head level. Wait for them to hit that arc when they're coming right at you. If you've got a bow, it's the best and easiest time to take them out.
Or you can use a sword if you don't have a bow.
Yep.
If you have a sword.
That is one of the easiest ways.
Or if you are just starting and you spawned in a desert,
Yeah.
like a ginormous desert,
It's
then
finally
that's
back
terrible.
to finally back to a little bit of digging here before going after some more mobs. And boy, off to the left there is an Enderman and a bow who just makes them mad, and I got a crummy sword. That was a pickaxe. That doesn't work real well either. Crappy sword.
And
He's after me. He's not happy. He's not. He died.
oh,
So that ended our little adventure. We did get our 22 shulkers of sand for the Big Dig project. Put a guess in the comments below, guys, what you think that Big Dig is going to be. And we'll see you next time on episode 3 of InsaneCraft. That's all for now.
and remember, everybody, love is the best we have. See you next time.